Turn it up. It's Gerod on the air, spitting truth in the booth. We ain't going nowhere. New Orleans City got its heart in the beat, but corruption creeping in, gotta take back the street. But corruption creeping in, gotta take back the street. From the French Quarter vibes to the Ninth Ward grind, he's the voice of the people, yo, he's one of a kind. Talking about the struggle, the hustle, the pain, but with each word he drops, he's bringing power to the game. Gerod on the radio, calling out the lies, bringing light to the dark, keeping hope in our eyes. He's the voice of the people, making changes unfold. In the city of NOLA, we're reclaiming our soul. Try to silence the truth, but he's loud and clear. From the bayou to the block, everyone can hear. Got the people united, it's a movement, no doubt. With his mic in hand, he's breaking all the clout. City eat the official scheming, yeah, they playing it slick. But Gerod's on the line and he's ready to kick. For the schools and the streets, he's fighting the fight. With a heart full of passion, he's igniting the night. Gerod on the radio, calling out the lies, bringing light to the dark, keeping hope in our eyes. He's the voice of the people, making changes unfold. In the city of NOLA, we're reclaiming our soul. From the jazz in the streets to the gumbo pot, he's the pulse of the city, giving all he's got. Together we rise, united we stand. With Gerod on the radio, we're taking back our land. So tune in, y'all, let the truth resonate. With Gerod on the mic, we're rewriting our fate. In New Orleans, the power is ours to embrace. Keep it real, keep it loud, let's uplift this place. In the streets to the gumbo pot, he's the pulse of the city, giving all he's got. Together we rise, united we stand. With Gerod on the radio, we're taking back our land. So tune in, y'all, let the truth resonate. With Gerod on the mic, we're rewriting our fate. In New Orleans, the power is ours to embrace. Keep it real, keep it loud, let's uplift this place. Gerod on the radio, calling out the lies, bringing light to the dark, keeping hope in our eyes. He's the voice of the people, making changes unfold. In the city of NOLA, we're reclaiming our soul. Yeah, tuning out, let the truth resonate. With Gerod on the mic, we're rewriting our fate. In New Orleans, the power is ours to embrace. Keep it real, keep it loud, let's uplift this place. Gerod on the radio, calling out the lies, bringing light to the dark, keeping hope in our eyes. He's the voice of the people, making changes unfold. In the city of NOLA, we're reclaiming our soul. Yeah, let the truth resonate. With Gerod on the mic.
What?
The bunny's on the mic.
You the bunny. You the bunny. Cottontail.
It's Peter and Patrice Cottontail.
Patrice Cottontail,
Boy,
ladies and
her
gentlemen.
cottontail is wore out.
Huh?
Her cottontail is wore out.
It is. I feel like I've been working all day and night on Easter baskets and Easter basket delivery.
Every time you guys mention Easter basket, this is what I think of.
Well, here's the joyous bunny's first stop. Here's the Easter rabbit, hooray! The happy Easter rabbit. Here, kid, have an egg. I want an Easter egg. I want an Easter egg. I want an Easter egg. I want to Why, you little...
That's the kid you guys are delivering to.
It was.
Cut it out, kid.
Oh,
Somebody will get
300
hurt.
though.
We did 300 basket deliveries today, personally delivered.
And you talk about wow, you would not think that just delivering baskets will wear you out. Think again.
Well, first we had to put the baskets together.
Yes.
Then we had to bring the baskets to the car,
In
pack
the rain.
the car
In the rain. In the rain.
deliver the baskets to Head Start on Jackson Avenue first. Then we went to Mahalia
Mahalia
Jackson
Jackson.
School and
Mhm.
delivered hundreds of baskets.
Mm-hmm.
And then we went to First Pilgrim
Pilgrims.
Baptist Church and delivered 100 baskets. 300 Easter baskets.
This is 3 people now. This
Right.
ain't a whole crew. This is just 3 people. We are the crew. Peter Cottontail
Patrice and
Yeah.
Petra.
and Petra. I knew who Petra is. But it was something today. Them kids, man, they were like, wow.
They were so excited. It was really nice to see how excited the kids were about the donations. So I just want to say thank you again to all our community partners that helped us. We want to thank Cynthia Wiggins. We want to thank Mr. Charlie Hampton.
Hampton.
We want to thank his granddaughter, Kyler Hampton, who helped us to assemble the baskets. We want to thank your cousin,
My cousin Coleman.
your cousin Coleman, who came through with a lot of baskets. And Lord, got to thank Stacy and Gerard.
Yeah.
And I got to thank myself.
You got to thank yourself.
Because when I tell you, it was a lot.
It was a lot. That was a whole lot. I didn't think it was that much. I really didn't think it was going to wear me out the way that it wore me out. But my feet hurt. Your feet hurt? Everything else hurt?
Everything.
Mine hurt. Because that was a lot of walking.
It was a workout.
But, you know, it was a workout. All 3 of us were sweating. Me, you, and Stacy, all 3 of us sweating today. So it was good. But to see the kids when they saw them baskets, that was worth the wait.
Absolutely. So thank you to everyone who assisted us with the Easter Basket Project.
And no, for those that are going to call in, I did not put on the bunny uniform.
It was too hot.
It was
You
too
would have
hot.
passed out. You would have passed out.
It was too humid.
It was.
And then I'm going to blame it on Pollard.
Oh, you're blaming it on Polo?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. We're going to blame Polo.
I'm blaming Brian Pollard.
Because he was supposed to bring you.
Yeah, so we were supposed
The
to have
bunny
it. And
costume.
I had to call him this morning. Man, I'm not there, but I'm on my way. I'm like, it's too late.
It's too late. Now, I do want to say this. As we were delivering baskets, we learned a lot of information.
Yep.
So, first of all, I want to say that we learned that there are openings in Central City for children who would like to attend early and Head Start programs.
Yep.
They accept them at 6 months to 4 years old. You can apply at enrollnola.org. Enrollnola.org. You can also call them at 504-524-3484, extension 125. Let me give you that number again. 504-524-3484. They are accepting children who live in Orleans Parish. If parents need child care, please pass this message on. Ages 6 months to 4 years old can apply. We also learned that there is a senior center at Central City,
Mm-hmm.
and it is located at 2101 Phillip Street in New Orleans, 70113. And it's really a nice place where seniors can come to fellowship with
Mhm.
other seniors.
Yep.
They provide nutrition, education, transportation. They play bingo. They do breakfast and lunch. They take them on field trips. They do monthly birthday parties, cultural arts and crafts. They show movies. They have fitness and health fairs. Really, really nice place. To be eligible to participate, you have to be 60 years of age or older. Oh, Gerard.
I'm it. B94, we playing bingo.
I'm close. I'm close. 55 years of age if physically disabled, and you must meet CDBG income guidelines, and you must be an Orleans Parish resident. They are also accepting applications, and you can call them at 504-524-3484, extension 116. They also are accepting donations. So if you might have things for pregnant mothers, if you might have things for seniors, they're collecting them all at that location.
Mm-hmm.
So they'll even have a library if you want to drop off some books at that location. Please do so we can help other people in our community who look like us
Yes.
and are in need of services.
And they're very nice over there to the elderly as well too, and those kids.
Right. We're partnering with the Central City Senior Citizen Center, and we're partnering with, well, we already are partners with the Head Start and with Mahalia Jackson. So busy trying to serve the community. And I want to say this.
Uh-oh.
When you bring your business to Black-owned law firms, we give back to the community.
There you go. Give back. That's what it's about.
Support us so we can support you.
That's it. There you go.
All right.
All right. Well, I got to give this too for those of you that don't know. It has been named that Jazz's funeral is going to be April the 11th. They'll have a viewing from 9 o'clock until 11 o'clock and service at 11 a.m. That's going to be at St. Leo the Great. Again, that's St. Leo the Great on April the 11th. Viewing is going to be from 9 until 11, and the service at 11 o'clock for Jazz's funeral. So let's make sure that we go and celebrate Kendall. For those of you that don't know his real name, he was not born with the name of Jazz. His government name is Kendall Williams. So come on. Let's make sure that we show some love on April the 11th. Yesterday, I think we had a great show. And I wanted to take this moment to say, it seems like, I said seems like, when you get upset about something, when we get upset about something, and we seem to jump out here and start talking about it, by some reason, it seems that other people, other news agencies, other journalists seem to start talking about them too.
Copycat.
Because yesterday on the news, that's all I heard last night about that bill and the senator who wanted to speak about the bill that he put forth in Monroe, saying that we don't need the number of judges that Orleans Parish has, because it looks like that we got too many of them and it's costing the taxpayers, and it's really a slap in the taxpayers' mouth when we have that many judges in Orleans Parish, but nowhere else in the state. So it made me dig a little bit. And when I dug a little bit more, I said I could almost swear that this is something that we've been through before. And it is. In 2013, we had the same issue with the state saying that we had too many, too many judges. And I said, what is this all about? And it was Senator Murray at the time who was the, he was the senator that put his foot in his mouth and got that bill thrown out. And I'm trying to figure out, what do we have to do to get it done again? And he was like, I try to make sure that we do this. I didn't have it on this account. I put it on the other account. There you go. I'm going to go to the other account. But in 2013, this was a bill that we saw Senator Murray say, nah, we're going to make sure that we get this thrown out.
So in 2013, the primary legislative effort to reduce the number of judges in Orleans Parish was House Bill 607, which sought to reduce the size of the Orleans Parish Juvenile Court.
That's one of them.
House Bill 607, 2013, sponsored by Helena Moreno, representative. This bill proposed reducing the number of juvenile court judges in Orleans Parish from 6 to 4.
Say that again.
House Bill 607, dated 2013, sponsored by then Representative Helena Moreno, proposed reducing the number of juvenile court judges in Orleans Parish from 6 to 4. Proponents, including Mayor Mitch Landrieu, argued that a lower caseload warranted fewer judges, projecting that reducing the bench from 6 to 4 judges would save the city over $800,000 annually. The bill passed the House 71 to 17, but was derailed in the Senate in June of 2013, with opponents arguing that reducing the bench was premature. The bill was heavily influenced by a state Supreme Court recommendation that only one juvenile court judge was needed for the city's workload, along with a WDSU I-Team report highlighting light work schedules for some. Other efforts included Senate Bill 445 in 2013. That bill was sponsored by Senator A.G. Crow, also aimed to shrink juvenile court by targeting vacant seats and seats held by suspended judges as part of a move to cut costs. So maybe this is why our now mayor, Helena Moreno, is AWOL, silent, not fighting for our Orleans Parish judiciary, because she was part of the problem.
Yep. Yep.
So now we know. Now we know. We've been asking, where are our elected officials? Why aren't they standing up when Baton Rouge is trying to take over the Orleans Parish judiciary? Why aren't they arguing for us, arguing for the protection of our citizens in being able to have a full criminal district court bench, full civil district court bench, full Fourth Circuit Court of Appeal, full juvenile court bench? Well, now we know.
Mm-hmm.
Because then Representative Helena Moreno, this was your brainchild.
Yes. So, based on results, we were looking for it, but it says there was no indication that Senator Ed Murray stopped it. But I'm reading 3 different stories, and so I left a message for then Senator who is Ed Murray to call in today to have a conversation about this, because this is nothing new. This dates back to 2013, and I'm like, wait a minute, but you were against it, right? So if you were against it, let's talk about what it was.
She also had her compadres at WDSU.
Right.
Okay, spearheading the movement. So here we are. Now she's the mayor. And now we have a push for a restructuring of power, a redesign of our local justice system, a targeted takeover of Orleans Parish by Baton Rouge.
Mm-hmm.
And now we know why there's silence. Says a lot.
Okay. Ed Murray said he is attending the legislative session, so he would not be available for us at the time. So this is right off the cuff, so I just got to tell him thank you for even answering. So let's take Ced's holding on. What you say, Cedric?
That breaking news.
Breaking news, baby.
Yes.
On WBOK. And we always been saying, why nobody saying nothing? Even though the judges, as I learned, or cannot say anything, still, why isn't the mayor or none of her supporters, black, white, Latino, whoever, why they not saying nothing? And now we know why. And I want to issue this out to the Facebook thread family, which I am a member of. Everybody needs to share this and put at the beginning of the show breaking news, since the other media doesn't cover it. And thank you all, and thank the owners of WBOK. New Orleans, it's up to us to save us. Now, to all these black pastors, black gatekeepers, black politicians that supported this woman, did you, like Dr. King said, are you afraid that you have integrated us into a burning house? And to the district attorney, why isn't she supporting you like you supported her? I'll hang up and listen.
Absolutely. I mean, Jason Williams, you were her supporter. You helped her to get elected. You went all over the city with her. And now there is a House bill that would allow the governor to remove you if he deems you to be morally bankrupt or incompetent.
Mm-hmm.
With no checks and balances,
And
with no one supervising him. He can make that decision and remove you.
And no definition of what
Incompetent means.
Right. Right. And that even came from Candace Newell on yesterday. So, State Representative Candace Newell. I'm like, why are we so quiet? Now we know. But my whole point to you all is, okay, these folks were elected by you. Now we have a governor that wants to change it all the way around and call it restructuring. And now we have someone in Monroe that's introducing these bills saying that it's not fair to the taxpayers. Okay? As we find out about what's happening in Monroe, it seems to me that your representative folks in Monroe needs to be paying attention to what's going on in Monroe
In his own backyard.
instead of starting mess about what's happening here in our parish. And the reason why is because he's at the bottom of the totem pole, with crime being the highest per capita in the United States, and I want to say the highest, but one of the highest per capita in the United States in his little small town.
Crumbling infrastructure.
And crime out of the yin yang.
And you got your nose poked in Orleans Parish business. Who are you doing that for, Jay Morris? Who are you trying to impress?
And for what reason? Why so? Or should we say, how now, brown cow? How
Well,
now?
Helena, you've got the microphone. You're the mayor. The citizens are demanding that you protect our judiciary. We're demanding that you speak up to protect our clerks of court and our judiciary so that citizens can have fair access to justice,
Mm-hmm.
speedy access to trial.
Mm-hmm. Because if we change it to the way that they want to change it, there will be delay, and you'll never get a chance to go to court. You'll never try to get any type of justice for anything because it's going to be delayed.
And some of our judges, I saw on the news, are in Baton Rouge. And they are speaking before the legislature about why this is such a bad idea.
Mm-hmm.
Now, they're being brave. Because if these bills pass, and it looks like they might, they could be removed.
Yeah. All right, y'all, we'll take the break here. We'll come back. Take some of your telephone calls, 504-582-9422. More coming up.
Hey, this is Dave Poston. Be sure to listen to WBOK 1230 AM every Saturday morning at 10 a.m. and Sunday evening at 5 p.m., bringing you the best Southern Soul barroom music with the Southern Soul Weekend Party Mix, hosted by me, of course. I'll be playing your favorite Southern Soul music by artists from all over the South, right here on WBOK 1230 AM or online at WBOK1230.com. The station you listen to longer. Listen to longer. Listen to longer.
the National World War II Museum. Located in the Warehouse District of New Orleans, the National World War II Museum tells the story of America's experience in the war that changed the world, why it was fought, how it was won, and what it means today. Visit them online at www.nationalww2museum.org for time tickets and safety information.
Greetings and salutations. I am Edward B. Coulon Smith, chairman of the board of the New Orleans Regional Black Chamber of Commerce. We'd like to invite you to tune in every Wednesday at 12 noon on WBOK to listen in on Black to Business and be a part of the movement that's going on. Thank you.
Transform your bathroom with the beautiful quality of Bath Planet. As a trusted leader in bathroom renovation, Bath Planet has earned the Good Housekeeping seal, a symbol of quality and consumer confidence for over 100 years. Get half off installation or 18 months with no interest and no payments. Whether it's tub replacement, a shower replacement, or a tub-to-shower conversion, Bath Planet makes your custom bath fast, easy, and affordable. Here's how it works. 1. Call to schedule your free, no-obligation consultation. 2. Our design experts come to you with real samples to customize your dream bath. 3. Our certified installers complete the transformation in as little as 1 day. And right now, for a limited time, you can upgrade your bathroom for 50% off installation or choose 18 months with no interest and no payments. But you need to call now. This special offer is only available by calling 800-981-8177. That's 800-981-8177. Call 800-981-8177 right now before the offer ends.
Making a difference in the community. WBOK 1230 AM. Here we go. The reality check on WBOK 1230 AM.
All right, folks.
Making big moves.
Welcome back to the U-Haul.
Planning big moves.
Welcome to U-Haul 2026 U-Haul. Mm-hmm.
So.
You ball them, we haul them. I'm sorry, y'all. I couldn't help it.
Oh, that was a good song.
I couldn't help it.
I wonder if the Bar Association will approve that.
No.
Okay. Well, anyway, good afternoon, New Orleans. This is the reality check. And today, I need you to lean in because what's happening in Baton Rouge right now is not just legislation. It is a takeover of Orleans Parish. And our mayor is silent because this was her idea.
No. Back in 2013. Helena Moreno, as a state representative, had introduced bills to reduce the number of juvenile court
justice.
So this ain't the first time that we went through this.
So this is why we're not getting any backup from City Hall down at the state legislature.
Mm-hmm.
We have come to the conclusion this is the reason. So let me just run down what the bills are, and then we'll talk about them some more.
All right, so we got calls. Go ahead.
Okay, House Bill 911, Representative Dixon McMakin proposed it. This major proposal aims to merge the separate civil, criminal, and juvenile courts into one system, aiming to align Orleans with the other Louisiana parishes. He's calling for judgeship reductions, proposing the elimination of multiple judgeships across civil, criminal, municipal, and traffic courts. Reports suggest reducing the total number of judges, potentially cutting up to 9 positions. They're also moving for consolidation, abolishing the independent Orleans Parish Juvenile Court and bringing it under the new 41st Judicial District Court structure. He's also proposing consolidation of the clerks of civil, criminal, and juvenile district court into one single elected clerk of court, which means they're going to get rid of 2 clerkships. Senate Bill 217, proposed by Senator Jay Morris out of Monroe, similar bill to House Bill 911. He's proposing cutting the civil district court judges from 14 to 12 and cutting the municipal and traffic courts to 6 judges by 2017. It also creates a process to review and cut additional criminal district court judges. Legislative removal measure. The Senate advanced a bill that would grant lawmakers greater power to remove elected judges that the governor deems incompetent often citing issues with backlogs in the New Orleans court system. This is what we're facing. There's also a bill that proposes removing the district attorney if they deem him to be incompetent.
So I'm looking at some of the things that folks are saying too, that are saying like, well, you know, this is how it was before. I think Joe Ken even says it's the same as reducing the 7 assessors to 1. I would say no.
It's not. It's really not. You know, it already takes 2 years to get your case tried at Civil District Court for the Parish of Orleans. There are studies that show that Orleans Parish Criminal District Court is one of the longest waits in the country to get your criminal case heard. That's the situation already. Okay? So now you're going to throw gasoline on the fire. Now you're going to make it worse. Now it's going to take even longer to get justice. And justice delayed is justice denied. And who does that favor? Insurance companies, big corporations, people that want people to give up or settle for pennies on the dollar.
Or die.
Or die, waiting for their day in court.
Yep. Yeah. Let's take Mr. Elmo. Mr. Elmo?
Hey, man, how you doing?
Good.
It's I appreciate what you're saying because it's very obvious. It's beyond politics. It's racial too. Because when you look at New Orleans, it's the locomotive that drives the train, and you would think that instead of every time we look, they're bashing our system and they're bashing our leaders, and that's what they're doing. They're bashing our system, bashing our leaders. They try to work with us because I think when New Orleans goes further and further ahead, the whole state will. But it's not surprising to me. But I'm just asking you a question because I'm just thinking, want your opinion. If voters, not just Afro-American voters, I mean, whoever lives in the city, white, black, Hispanic, whatever case it be, Asian, if we were to our legislators who represent them, you think they could help with what's going on?
Well, I do. I think they should help. But, of course, I think that we are living in a state that plays, both sides. You're either Democrat or you're Republican, and they hold a wall. They hold a wall. So whatever the Republicans say do, which your governor's Republican, that's what he's going to get. He's going to get those votes.
This is a high stakes moment for the New Orleans legal community. High stakes. This should be an all hands on deck situation to try to protect our judicial system, to try to protect our district attorney. These people are people we elected. We went to the polls and we elected them because we trusted them to hold these positions.
So when you give the power to one person or to a committee to take away your fundamental right of voting, because that's what they're doing. They're taking it away and taking it out of your hands because they want that power. No matter if you vote for somebody or I vote for somebody, if they don't like the way that they go or what they decide on, there could be retaliation. Nobody knows. But if there's some type of retaliation, they're going to come at you now or they're going to come at you later, and they're going to have you sitting back going, did they just remove my district attorney? Did they just take my judge? And guess what? You have no power over it because we will let them have these bills. I'm just trying to figure out why we're quiet about them.
Judges from Orleans Civil and Criminal Court have been traveling to Baton Rouge to testify, arguing that the data used to justify the cuts is flawed and doesn't account for the complexity of urban cases here in New Orleans. They are boldly and bravely doing this because with this bill saying that if the governor finds them to be immoral or incompetent, he can remove them, they are bravely standing up to him in Baton Rouge right now and might face retaliation.
Mm-hmm.
Well, let me ask you one thing. I mean, I'm looking at the political climate, local level. I'm looking at the climate, state level, politically, and the national level. So what the governor's doing, he's following his dear leader. I mean, everybody's following their dear leader. But I think we have to look at it this way. I'm very optimist. I'm an optimist. I don't always want to look at it gloom and doom. Even though what you're saying is reality, we got to do something. I'm not saying I live in a fantasy world because I don't live in a fantasy world. But I think what's going to happen is the shoe gonna fall quicker than we all think with the midterm elections. And I think that I'm hoping that on a national level, that will affect state and local levels. I think it will. So we got to be very optimistic in spite of what we hear and what we see. No question about it. I appreciate y'all because we got to do something, not just think about we got to not just think about it. We got to do something, you know. So that's why I asked, what if we pressure our state legislators? Hopefully, maybe they could have a little voice. Maybe they could do something. I don't know, you know. But again, I'm very optimistic. I'm very optimistic that this midterms not only affect not only the national level.
But Mr. Elmore, I need to ask you, what are you optimistic about?
Right.
No, listen to me. I said I'm optimistic with
No, you said I'm very optimistic. I'm trying to figure out, what are you optimistic about?
Oh well, I just said. I said I'm optimistic about our future. I think politically everything won't be always the same, even though it may be kind of bad right now. But I think as turns out, our legislators at the local state level, maybe we could pressure our legislators who represent us.
Do you understand what we're talking about?
We're on a fast track to hell. Okay? Everything that we believe in, everything we stand for is being torn down in plain view right in front of our faces. New Orleans is being gentrified and taken over
and trampled
right in front of our faces.
And listen, I agree with you. I'm asking. That's why I call it a caller. I'm saying I just for your opinion. I said how can we pressure our state legislature? So listen, I ain't the big look. I appreciate what you're saying. I don't know if you understand what I just said. I'm in a total agreement with what y'all saying. That's why I called up. We need to do something. I know it's bad, but
I'm gonna say like these teenagers say.
Right.
They are playing in our face.
Right.
Okay? We are the biggest tax base in this entire state. And they have the nerve to tell us we're wasting their money?
Right.
It's our money.
I think we forget sometimes that our money was paying to go across tolls to go across the Greater New Orleans Bridge. And when we did the research on that bridge, we found out after the bridge was paid for, that money was going to Lake Charles. It wasn't helping us. That money was going to Lake Charles. So your toll money was going to Lake Charles. So you can't tell me about our money, what we do when we have all these big concerts, when we have all these big things happening here in this city. We are the bread and butter for this state. Just think about something.
No question about it.
When we had Taylor Swift here and they said it made so many millions of dollars, the state made millions. You know how much the city of New Orleans made after we provided everything for them?
Nothing.
$8 million. That's it.
Right.
Well, they made hundreds of millions of dollars.
Right. They made a lot more than we did.
But it was our police officers. It was our infrastructure. It was our culture that everybody wanted to come here for.
You know, I just want to know why now and why New Orleans. And I think it's because New Orleans consistently stands up to Jeff Landry.
Yep.
We consistently stand up to him. We're the only eyesore in the state other than Baton Rouge and Shreveport that stands up to Jeff Landry. And I think this is retaliation. This is not an attempt to modernize the system. This is not really an attempt to cut costs. This has been done with no study whatsoever. And what they're doing is they are retaliating against New Orleans for embarrassing Jeff Landry and standing up against him.
And think about this too, Mr. Elmore. It's not written by somebody that it's going to affect. It's written by somebody that has no business poking into Orleans Parish business.
And I really think that our legislators here in New Orleans need to propose some legislation in Representative Dixon McMakin's district and in Jeff Morris's district, Jay Morris's district. We need to propose some legislation in their backyards. Since they want to meddle in Orleans Parish business, we need a meddle in their business.
And we know, we're not crazy, so we know what what they're doing. They're just toting Jeff Landry's water. That's all.
Exactly.
That's all they're doing.
Thank you.
But it looks like they're also toting Helena Moreno's water.
Because this has
and that's
been
why
proposed.
she's silent.
Yeah. Mr. Elmore, let me get these other calls. I appreciate
man,
it.
well, look, appreciate y'all. Thank you.
All right. Let's see. Let's go to James. James?
Yeah, real quick, man. Based on what y'all just said, how y'all broke it down to Brother Elmo, I just want to think about this, and then y'all got my mind spinning. So there's a question that's for qualified individuals such as yourselves. I'm blowing smoke right now, but listen, how there is there a study or is there any metric on how blue cities carry red states? Blue cities, is that a thing across this country, or is that just unique to New Orleans? Because
I wouldn't say that's unique to New Orleans because there are plenty of states that have blue areas that seem to be able to carry, whether it's a Democratic vote, whether it's the majority. I mean, take a look at Georgia. The biggest part and the biggest slot of voters in the state of Georgia is, what is that, DeKalb County? And that's like, what, Atlanta, outside of Atlanta, and several other different places where we see a big urban population. So those big urban populations end up, even though that you look at the state and you see red all over the state, and you see this little slosh of blue, that little slosh of blue is millions. Chicago's the same with Illinois.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, man.
Yeah. So that goes a lot of ways.
So goes a blue state. I mean, a blue city or county or parish goes the red state.
So I think that's a great idea what you're saying, and I'm with you on that. But I got to correct one thing.
Go.
You can have a blue city, but it's the people that's blue in that city gonna get out and vote. Remember something about Louisiana. Louisiana has more Democrats than it has Republicans, but we're a red state. I ain't say the city. I said the state.
I brought that to the audience like some years back, and that's a fact. I agree with that. I just don't understand how we managed to matriculate, because the Republicans ain't really voting out here either now.
They're not what?
In this state at all. The Reds ain't really voting in this state either.
But the Republicans? Oh yeah. They got a big slosh of it. They're voting. The problem is we've got I got some type of empathy or whatever it is for remorse. Well, I mean, we could use a whole bunch of different adjectives. But what I'm thinking about is that we have 1.2 million people in here that are Democrat and only 900,000 that are Republican. Why are we not getting out and voting?
Right.
Why do we have some type of remorse? Why are we not seeing what's happening to us? And then the other part of it, those folks that are saying they're Republican just because they want to be racial or they just want to be a part of a party.
Yeah.
It looks like to me that a lot of these bills, whether you're black, white, green, purple, or whatever, are hurting you just as much as hurting black people.
That's that ignorance coming out, dude. That's blissful ignorance, man. I just talked to a group of fellas. They were telling me that they don't watch the news at all. I mean, not even to second guess it or to cross reference it. They just say all of it's a lie, all of it's fake. This dude been running the same game on everybody. You know, if I say it over and over and over again, well, it has to be true. And people are actually falling for it. The banana in the tailpipe, bro. I don't get it. But I when y'all conversation got my little brain stirring, I was thinking, man, or is it just us, or is it the majority of the country that have a blue populace that carry that red state? Because there's no education up north, nothing but LSU and agriculture.
So, you talking about North Louisiana?
Yeah.
Yeah, Northern Louisiana. I'm not gonna speak outside because we're dealing with us right now.
Well, I would have to say check that a minute, because up north is, you've got Shreveport.
All that's agriculture. That's what I'm talking about, man.
But that's still based on African American population that still does not get out and vote.
Right.
So it don't matter if you're a farmer or if you're a chemist.
I can dig that. Well, it's a level of that going into the farming too, but I can dig it. Yeah, you got a point there, but still, man. So it's looking like to me. So the blue go, the red follow. If they keep doing what they're doing and stealing out our pockets, then eventually the whole ship is gonna fall. So
I wonder
anyway.
if Jay Morris came and sat in our criminal court building and our civil district court building before he proposed this legislation.
Yeah. They can tell you
Wow.
no. He
Yeah,
did
that's
not.
a good age. Or did he just get his marching orders, right?
But he got marching orders. That's all. He's just carrying that man's water. That's all. All right, James.
All right. I'm disappointed. All right.
We'll holla. More coming up,
Please.
folks. We got to take a break.
Attention, WBOK listeners. Are you a fan of the station and want to show your support in style? Well, we've got some exciting news for you. Introducing the official WBOK merchandise, the perfect way to wear your love for the station. Whether you're a longtime listener or a new fan, we've got something for everyone. Head to WBOK1230.com now and grab your WBOK gear before it's gone. When you buy WBOK merch, you're not just getting quality items, you're supporting the station you love.
Well, Saints of God, this is Pastor David Impartan Sr. coming to you over the airways of WBOK, your favorite host of Change Your Water, Change Your Mind. I want to invite you to our show every Saturday from 1 o'clock to 2 o'clock p.m. That's Change Your Water, Change Your Mind. I want you to invite your family and friends to a broadcast that's designed to change your life, the way you think, the way you act, and what you eat. We want you to tune in every Saturday at 1 o'clock, WBOK, 12:30 a.m. See you on Saturday.
A careless driver can change your life in an instant. Do you know what to do or who to call? If you've been injured in a motor vehicle accident and do not have an attorney, call Auto Accident Help Desk for a free consultation. We can answer all of your questions and estimate the potential value of your case. Call Auto Accident Help Desk and connect with an expert personal injury attorney.
Call 800-269-4524. 800-269-4524.
Don't worry how to handle your medical bills, lost wages, and pain. We will get you the money you deserve.
They got me way more than the insurance company offered.
The consultation is free, and you do not pay any legal fees unless we win or settle your case. Make the smart call. If you've been injured in an auto accident, call Auto Accident Help Desk for a free legal consultation.
Call 800-269-4524. 800-269-4524. 800-269-4524.
WBOK. Online at WBOK1230.com. Here we go. The reality check on WBOK 1230 AM.
Welcome back. Welcome back. This is your girl, Suzette Bagneris, and I'm joined with Gerod Stevens. This is WBOK 1230 AM and 107.1 on the FM dial. We're here today talking about what's happening in Baton Rouge, the takeover of our judiciary with all of these bills. At the city council meeting this week, apparently officials said the legislature is moving too fast, the data is incomplete, and local stakeholders were not consulted. Council member Freddie King said, "Come to New Orleans and see what this actually impacts." Representative Mandy Landry called it what many are thinking, a political move designed to drop a bomb on Orleans Parish. Juvenile Court Chief Judge Candace Bates Anderson said, "We're working at half-mast already. Courts are already understaffed. Vacancies already are hurting operations. Judges are already overworked. And now you're talking about cutting more judges? That doesn't create efficiency. That creates backlogs, delayed justice, and overburdened courtrooms." Chuck, what do you have to say?
Hello again. It's a pure mess, and it took you all to make me aware of what's going on, what Jay Morris is doing. Like I said, that district that he's in, that's not my district. He's in Washita Parish, but he's in the other part of Washita Parish. The district that I live in, I thought he had Morehouse, but I see Katrina Jackson Andrews has Morehouse in the state senate. But yeah, I was looking. I see he represents Grant, Jackson, Lincoln, Washita, Rapides, and Wynn. He is Northeast Louisiana and Central Louisiana. That's who he should be paying attention to, not you all. And I'm looking at the Grant. That's a Colfax. And Colfax that's a terrible history. They had a race riot there. They had that kind of history going back to the kind of like Rosewood. And I look at Jackson Parish. That's Jonesboro, and Lincoln. It's Grambling and Ruston. And Washita, that's where I am in Washita.
Did you say that was a race riot?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Look, you had this legislator from a predominantly white part of the state poking his nose in Orleans Parish, which has a black majority judiciary and a black district attorney and black clerks of court. You cannot deny that there is a racial animus that's driving this.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. And see, his office is right there in West Monroe. I know what West Monroe is all about. That's where his office is that you all were trying to get in touch with. And he represents all that area. And see, like I said, Katrina Jackson Andrews represents the area where I live here in this part of Monroe. And she, like I said, she has Morehouse and Tensall Parish and Madison Parish, where my father's from. My father's in the civil rights movement in the 60s. I told him about it yesterday. Dad just shook his head. He knows about Jay Morris too well. He said, what is he doing getting in their business? And they have problems in his district. Yeah, and Dad just had a head scratching moment yesterday when I told him. My father was going on 83 years old.
This is about control.
Yeah.
When you reduce the number of judges, consolidate the clerks, centralize the funding, and give lawmakers the power to remove judges and the district attorney, you're shifting power away from the people of New Orleans who voted for these people and placing it in the hands of the state. And let's be honest, this comes at a time when we are already seeing attacks on local leadership, challenges to black political power nationwide, and legislative interference in Orleans Parish affairs.
Yes, you're right. That's exactly what it is an attack, because we're seeing it time and time again, and it's getting worse by the minute. And like I said, I'm glad you bring it up, and I'm glad you get in touch with Monroe Free Press. We have two black newspapers here, Monroe Free Press, Reverend Roosevelt Wright paper.
Oh, we're submitting letters to the editor, to all of the newspapers that are in Jay Morris's district, letting them know that instead of attending to their affairs, he's attending to ours.
Yeah, Washita Citizen, you get on them, because that's one of the most conservative. That's a racist paper. I'm glad you get to them, and also, like I said, Monroe Free Press, Reverend Roosevelt Wright, his son used to live in New Orleans. They call him Ro for real, Roosevelt Wright III. He was moved back to Monroe. He'd been down there for years. He's in radio. And Monroe Dispatch is the other black paper owned by the DeTeach family. Yeah, get in touch with all of them. Let them know. Let Monroe News Star know. Yeah, so you're all doing the right thing.
If he's going to meddle in our affairs, we're going to meddle in his.
You're doing right. Yeah, get on. Yeah, because these people, and we have enough problems up here. Like I said, you talking about your mayor down. I said, well, you come in to see if he'll do that to Oliver Friday Ellis. We have a white mayor here. I know Friday Ellis. I said, well, you come do that to him, or he down meddling with you all.
We'll see. All right, Chuck.
Yeah.
Thank you,
man.
man.
All right, you all take care. All right.
Appreciate you again. All right, T-Bone.
Good evening. How y'all doing?
Good, man.
I don't know if y'all brought this up yet. I don't know if you realize that yet. But I'm going to describe what I'm hearing, because we are seeing it already in another faction. Disrupt the current government structure. Change the views on infrastructure and climate control. Take over the justice system. Am I getting warm yet? Are y'all hearing what I'm telling y'all?
Well, it sounds like the Project 2025 playbook.
Ding, ding, ding. Points for the counselor.
Yeah, it's definitely the Project 2025 playbook. And what I am concerned about, and I want you all to realize, is that the mayor of the city of New Orleans proposed
it.
this legislation in 2013 when she was a state representative. And that is why I suspect she is silent when Baton Rouge is trying to take over New Orleans now.
Yes, the same way that Congress has been silent for the past year or so, with Trump doing everything. Hello, folks. See, this is what happens when you don't look at what's going on, when you don't vote. And to speak to the voter problem, you do have more Democrats than Republicans, but here's the problem. Democrats have lost their way in terms of showing true backbone and leadership. The same thing that's going on in Washington.
Yeah, somewhat, but I would say there's a multiple in this state that you have to remember, and remember this word or the words that we were all trying to figure out at one point in time, and I think the person that really made us understand who she was Mary Landrieu when she called herself a blue dog Democrat. So those that are blue dog Democrats may have conservative values that they vote on more so than the Democratic posture or the Democratic way. So there might be something that's conservative that might be Republican led that a blue dog Democrat is going to go for because they're gonna stand in the way of what family values and the Christian way instead of saying that yes, this is a Democratic issue, but I stand this way.
What's bothering me is that I am finding that a lot of Black people who are under the age of 50 and were not born during the civil rights movement or on the heels of the civil rights movement are now forgetting the past. And by forgetting the past, they're allowing historical patterns of injustice to repeat themselves. I don't know that we have done a good enough job transferring the knowledge of history so that they understand the importance of fighting current systemic inequalities. They're becoming complacent and they're buying into rhetoric told by politicians who can speak well and deliver a message that seems to speak to economic issues while forgetting that a lot of this is born in just racial hatred.
Well, here's the problem now, okay? And I agree with some of your statement there. Here's the problem. Because history is not pushed as a major subject anymore. You have younger voters who have forgotten it. If we don't learn from our history, we're destined to repeat it. And because they don't repeat it and understand it and keep teaching it, we as a people lose track of it, I mean, it's so short-sighted, but it's true, and that's part of the problem. The voter base has lost faith with what they need to be voting for or against. And because of that, you have voter fatigue. So they get tired of the same old with the same Democrat, but they don't vote with their issues. And that's why I've got this delusion with the Democrats. I vote issues. I don't vote party anymore.
Gotcha. All right, T-Bone, we got to take a break, brother.
All right, y'all.
Appreciate you much. All right, y'all, we'll take a break here. We got news coming up, and we'll be right back.
From the campus of Xavier University, WBOK Go and Equity Media Station.
I'm Bree Wood with BIN News Now. White House border czar Tom Homan tells CBS's Face the Nation ICE agents will remain at U.S. airports as long as necessary to maintain operations.
The president been clear. He wants to secure those airports. ICE is there to help our brothers and sisters in TSA.
His comments come as the partial government shutdown enters its record-breaking 6th week with DHS unfunded and senators away from Washington. The D.C. Council could vote today to override Black Mayor Muriel Bowser's veto of the FAR Act. The bill would require police to log federal agents at arrest or use of force scenes, but the mayor says the changes would be difficult to implement right away. And hip-hop mogul Master P will be honored at the Music Will benefit supporting music education in public schools. The May 7th concert in New York will also recognize Grammy winners T-Bone Burnett and Morris. Get BIN News now on demand 24/7 on the iHeartRadio app.
Here we go. The reality check on WBOK 1230 AM.
All right, folks, welcome back. Welcome back. The extraordinary one today with our Easter bunny ears. You were having such a great day. And when we came in here and we started talking about this, you got
We were having a great day. We were serving the kids of Greater New Orleans by delivering Easter baskets to about 300 kids today. But, this is just so disheartening. I mean, even Raphael Goyeneche of the Metropolitan Crime Commission has said that they're targeting Orleans Parish and they need standards across Louisiana and they should not rush this process. He's saying if you're going to examine the judiciary, examine it statewide and decide how many judges are needed statewide. Don't just target Orleans Parish.
This is one of the largest parishes. I think the other large parish would be Jefferson Parish, as far as the judicial system is concerned. Now, if I really want to be a butt, let me throw this in here, because you all have always heard in the last 20 years that the number one place in the world for crime is New Orleans. New Orleans is the crime capital of the world. It's bad, 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 bad. You need to clean it up, clean it up, clean it up. When they clean it up, it's not just one person that's cleaning it up. It is a system of folks and people that have direction, that have put their programs in place. That includes the district attorney, that includes the police department, that includes the sheriff's department, that includes the state troopers that have been sent down here, that includes the judges, because all the judges ain't sitting here saying, let's lock you up and throw away the key. A lot of these judges are saying to people, let's get you some help. Let's put you in a program. Let's make sure that you ain't going to just succumb to all these drugs on the street. We want to make sure that you have a recovery program as well.
They're developing programs.
Yes. So if you don't know the system and you just think that everybody's supposed to be, handed a sentence and thrown away the key, then it sounds like to me we're still dating ourselves back to the old player days, the old days. Galloway.
What's going on, Brother Gerod?
What's going on with you, man?
A hostile takeover. That's what's going on, Galloway. A hostile takeover.
I'm still laughing.
You gotta leave it up to the black press and WBOK to tell y'all the truth. And I want a shout out and give a warning to everybody in New Orleans. I'm starting out with every social aid and pleasure club, every fraternity, sorority, any other alumni group. Stop letting Helena Moreno come to y'all functions. Stop taking pictures with her. WBOK just gave you the knowledge. This woman been plotting this since what? 2013.
2013.
It's 2025. And it's 2026 now. They put that lady in place to take over. Y'all talked about blue dog Democrats. You know what those people really are? Those are remnants of Dixiecrats. The Blue Dogs Democrats started in 1995. Mm-hmm. They go to areas where it can be going conservative or moderate, but they will use the name Democrat because there are more Democrat voters in that district, in that city, in that area. And they will take that Blue Dog nonsense and do stuff what Helene is doing now. I told y'all yesterday I knew this lady was behind this stuff, but y'all really confirmed it for me today. But black people, this is on us. We sat at home, didn't vote, fought between that this person ain't that person ain't this. Now you got this lady as quiet as a church mouse after she went to a black church. the judicial system is not only part of Project 2025, it's the cornerstone of it. You control the laws, you can control the people, you can control the land. Once you get all that, what is there left for you to do? I hope every one of these judges and Special Calvin, the clerk, get y'all lawsuits ready. Get you a lawyer. Lawyer up right now. Because if you don't have that, as soon as this passed, you got to have the next piece of paper going up is a lawsuit saying I was voted by the people and I'm getting kicked out by a king. Because that's what Jeff Landry wants to be, a king. He knows he has the votes. But as long as black people, I'm talking about people that look like me and you, sit around and wait for our crumbs, because that's all Helena Moreno is giving you, crumbs. This woman has set up these little fake commissions to put y'all on there to have y'all smiling. Meanwhile, she is about to take over the judicial system. That goes from a speeding ticket. That goes from a parking ticket. That's what the judicial system controls. Murder, aggravated assault, everything you can think of. That lady knows this stuff. And I'm telling y'all, when you say Mary Landry, get rid of that woman. If you're a Democrat and you vote for Mary Landry, you voting for a Republican. They will come to y'all radio stations. They will come to y'all functions. They will smile, take pictures with you. And as soon as they leave, they go find some hand sanitizer and wipe their hands off and say, I got them under control. If y'all think I'm playing a game, ask Helena why was she at a campaign fundraiser with the Liz Morrell. Bet y'all didn't know that, huh? Why ask her why she's buddy with Jeff Landry. Bet y'all didn't know that, huh? Man, that woman played y'all like a fiddle. You can't play me, Helena. I've been on to you for the last 8 years. Because when the gentrification first started in New Orleans, it started off in the areas that she was in control of. If you think I'm joking, look it up. She's just a piece that they needed. Miss Landry started it. Helena's going to finish it. But you know why folks going to be happy? Because she's going to sit there and take a picture with you. Now, what you got to say about that? And I'm open for anybody to call me and challenge me. What I'm telling y'all, I've seen this done before. And you're so right about blue cities. You're talking about in Georgia, it's called Fulton County. Fulton County, that's where Trump sees the voting machine, not the machine, the ballots. That county basically runs the whole entire state of Georgia. If Fulton County get out and vote, that's why Joe Biden won. That's why Herschel Walker lost the Senate race. That's why the black preacher, he won. Fulton County get out and vote. If New Orleans, if you get off your behind, you can do the same thing. There's no way we're going to win elections when we only having 40 and 30% of the black votes get out and vote. Right. That's ridiculous. We cannot live like this. Pretty soon, they're going to have us all pushed into one corner. And then we're going to be sitting there fighting really like cats and dogs. And so Freddie King and all these other folks that's going up there, why haven't y'all called a special council meeting? Y'all call a city council meeting on everything else? Do the public really even know what's going on? I'm being serious. Has anybody on the street said, you know what, they about to take over our judicial system? But you know about them water leaks uptown because white people houses are flooding. That's why Red Bottoms went on TV and all this other stuff talking about they got to do something with the sewage and water board. Now, this is affecting you, the criminal justice system. Not just because you're black, it's because we are targeted. We're most likely to be stopped, detained, overcharged, oversentenced, and underrepresented. And nobody's saying a daggone word in New Orleans. Yeah. Where's those black preachers at now? Juan LaFonso, where you at now? Okay.
Right. I would like to know where all of those people who supported Helena Moreno are right now and why they're not putting pressure on her to stand up for our black judiciary and stand up for our black DA. Cedric Richmond, Troy Carter, Jason Williams, Devontae Lewis, Jimmy Harris, Desiree Charbonnet, Mark Morial, Kenny Young, Juan LaFonta. Why aren't you getting your girl, your candidate, to speak up for us in Baton Rouge? You stood up for her. You told us to elect her instead of electing the black men running against her. Why don't you call her and tell her to stand up for the black judges and the black DA and the black clerks in Orleans Parish? Where are you? And what are you doing?
You know why Miss Suzette Day I'm not going to stand up? She paid them $38,000. That little, I say again, those crumbs. She gave them folks crumbs. and they ain't gonna say a word. That's the problem. Ever since integration, and they start with black men. I'm talking about black men that look like me. We have been looking for acceptance into a white supremacy situation and organization that don't want us. If you notice, she did not have a black woman to introduce her as the next mayor. She chose the black man. I'm talking about you, Cedric. You sit up there and you shuck and jive, and you know better. That's the problem I have with you, Cedric. You know better. And I ain't talking about that stunt she pulled with Kamala Harris swearing her in. This is just to make y'all look good and feel good. She chose that black man to introduce her to say, look, I got y'all in check. I got one of the brothers up there to introduce me. Poor A. Now that y'all see what she's about, what are we really going to do? Because I guarantee you the next black function that we have in Orleans Parish, here comes Smiling Helena. And with a bunch of people with their hands out and taking pictures. Stop the picture taking. Stop letting people put a false representation when they sit there trying to control your judicial system. That is the cornerstone to your democracy. Under the law, we're supposed to be treated equally and fairly. Do you think this takeover is being fair? They're not taking over nobody else's judicial system except Orleans Parish. And it makes you wonder why.
Jason, she playing in your face.
Very.
You supported her. You went all over the city with her. And now there's a bill proposed to take you out. She played in your face. Are you calling her?
I can tell you now they ain't calling. They scared. We have been elected real cowards since integration. And it's time, I keep telling folks, 2026 midterm election, everybody's thinking, oh, all these folks going to stand up and get in line. I'm telling you, Democrats, you have a problem. Republicans don't care. As long as they got that orange clown up in there, they feel like they feel safe. But Democrats, you think black men like myself is just going to fall in line and vote for somebody because they got a D behind their name. It's not happening.
What's you say? They got the orange what, bro?
Orange clown. That's what he is.
Yes,
they got that orange clown in office. They look, these folks can't even afford eggs or gas right now.
Mm-hmm.
But they think Donald Trump is right for going over there and mess with them Iranians. Gas $4 a gallon. They ain't even got enough gas to go get them some Budweiser and some crawfish, but they got Trump in office. Think about that for a minute, man. So we know they ain't no good, but they thinking that we just gonna fall in line. Oh, they don't like Trump. Trump ain't this, so they gonna vote. No, we ain't gonna vote for you either. Troy, you know I ain't voting for you. So I'm just letting you know that off top.
Yes,
But
indeed.
thanks for taking my phone call. And Troy, I'm gonna call you again tomorrow. I like when y'all hang up. Have a good day, brother.
Well, Helena's slogan was, we all in. I think she left off a word. Trouble. We all in trouble.
I really do not understand why this is not on everybody's conversation piece to have. I mean, this should be. I saw it yesterday. But I really do believe it's after we bring it up and bring it to everybody's attention that this is something that you cannot afford to miss out on. But I also think that there's got to be a movement in the city of New Orleans to let everybody know we ain't playing with you.
In her January 12, 2026 speech at the Sanger Theater, Helena Moreno declared, when we are all in, there is nothing New Orleans can't do. In the all-in promise, she concluded her address with this: I'm all in for New Orleans. Are you with me? We all in, girl. Where are you? Where are you? We are all in, fighting in Baton Rouge, trying to keep our judiciary. Where are you?
Gerard, if you need any help, just hold up the help sign and I'll come help
I'm about to do this. I'm about to do this in a minute.
I would like to know where she's at. We're supposed to be all in this together.
Don't you eat no more candy today?
We not in this together.
No more candy.
I don't see her.
No more
Where's
candy.
she at?
No more candy.
Ooh, she needs no more sugar.
None. Zero. And she's shaking. Don't you have no heart attack up in here neither.
It is ridiculous.
I know how serious you are
It
about
is
it.
absolutely ridiculous. I don't think you all understand.
Mm-hmm.
I want to say the trouble I've seen. You know, when I first started practicing law 35 years ago, the bench was almost all white. They would call you an N to your face. You would go to a status conference, and they would use the N-word freely in chambers. 35 years later, we have an almost all-black bench. But what are we doing?
Just because you got an
Pissing it
all-black
away.
bench, it lets you know who's really in charge. And I just thought that at some point in time, somebody in this area would have stood up and said, why do we have an elected official like a governor that is trying to remove the power of the people, which it is an elected official just like him, but give you the power to remove somebody? How about if we had that power for him?
To remove him. Exactly. He can remove us here in Orleans Parish for incompetence, according to
But can we
the
remove
new bill. Can we remove him for incompetence?
I sure wish we could. Because that clown, man.
Jay Morris, can we remove you for incompetence? Or is it just in Orleans Parish that elected officials can be removed for incompetence? This is not just about access to justice. This is about local control and who decides how justice is delivered in this city.
And if you don't
It
do
is
it my
about
way.
who decides who serves as an elected official in this city.
Right. Because I can remove somebody, but what's not being talked about in this is that person will also, which is going to be the governor, be able to put the next person in the place of that person that was removed. Same thing that used to happen or happened in Florida.
When they removed the two black DAs.
With Monique Worrell.
Right.
I interviewed her, and when they had just removed her. But she has went back and reran again, and they reelected her 65% again.
She won by a large margin the first time she was elected.
65%. And they removed her. The governor removed her from that office. But he also put in place the district attorney that he wanted to replace her. So that's going to happen here. This is nothing but us copying DeSantis.
You know, Calvin Duncan is the clerk-elect for the Orleans Parish Criminal District Court. He won the election on November 15, 2025. He's scheduled to assume the office on May 4th, 2026. But before he even starts, they can eliminate his position.
Yep. Meaning that he'd be in office from May to December. And then he had to quit because he'd be removed. June, July, August, September, October, November, December. That's 7 months. All that money that was spent to get you elected.
And I can tell you, as a practicing lawyer down there in Orleans Parish Civil District Court, Chelsea Napoleon does a great job in the Orleans Parish Clerk's office. She could be removed.
Yeah.
She could lose that position. I have been before most of the judges, I have been before all of the judges who sit on the Orleans Parish Civil District Court bench. I have been before all of the judges that practice at the Louisiana Court, Fourth Circuit Court of Appeal. And to think that half of them are going to be gone as a result of legislation put forth by somebody from Monroe.
And it probably has no judicial experience here at all. That's all. I don't know. Let's take Miss Jones. Miss Jones? Miss Jones?
Yes. Hello to everybody. This is a heavy topic. It's very heavy, and it's really hurting. He's want to do what Trump did, but in Louisiana and probably other states, the same thing. And they already don't have enough time to handle the cases. They're backlogged now, so anybody with common sense would know that it would be even worse what they plan, and I'm basing on some information I had back from 1995, how the conservative crowd plan to destroy America. And this was written by, in a newspaper called The New Federalist, Phil Graham. And his title, How the Conservative Revolution Crowd Plans to Destroy America, and targeting people like the 40 million poor, the working class people, and the main thing, the target is America's workers and prisoners to be recycled into slave labor. This was 1995, June 1995.
Okay.
And this is what they're doing. Teacher gave me this. He said, hold on to this. You're going to need to know this. He's gone now. And everything that's in here is being done. And New Orleans, how people need to stop all this fun and good time and bringing the money here. Like you say, the money goes all over the state, everywhere but New Orleans. We get 1 penny out of $1 million, I guess.
All right.
Well, I tell you what, I would love to know what is the core objective in advancing these changes. It's not about efficiency.
No.
It's not about just restructuring. Orleans Parish is not fundamentally failing.
Exactly.
We are not.
Exactly.
And I would like to know why Orleans Parish has become the focus of legislative efforts from people in northern Louisiana. If this were about equality and fairness and efficiency, they would conduct a statewide judicial review before targeting one parish.
Exactly. They have a plan in mind. It doesn't matter if they don't have enough time. All these cases are stacked up one after another. They just want to hurry up and get to recycling America's workers and prisoners to be recycled into slave labor.
You know, who defines incompetence for Jeff Landry to be able to remove somebody? What safeguards are going to exist to prevent this from becoming a political weapon, to remove anyone who happens to disagree with him, anyone of a different political party, anyone who stands up to the state?
Jeff Landry is trying to be a little Trump. When Trump gets through with him, he's going to kick him in the butt, too.
Yes,
That's probably what's going to happen.
All right. All right, Ms. Jones.
That's going to happen. So, but, you know, I would like to share this information with you all. I'll give you copies of it. And it's so true. It's how the conservative revolution crowd plans to destroy America.
All right.
And the 40 million elders and the poor, but particularly the prison system to be recycled, whether it's civil court, criminal court, it doesn't matter.
Okay, Ms. Jones.
Back up, and that's it.
Thank you, my dear. We appreciate it. We got to go to break here. Appreciate you again. All right. More coming up, y'all. Everybody hold tight.
This is the Bloomberg Black Business Beat, brought to you by FidelityInvestments.com. Now that we're in the second year of President Donald Trump's second term, our team of analysts at Bloomberg Intelligence is taking stock of how some of the administration's pushback against DEI is changing the business landscape. I spoke with Bloomberg Intelligence senior ESG analyst Rob Duboff, who says the biggest impact is how companies talk about diversity.
Mentions of diversity are down about 69%. That's on earnings calls or corporate filings.
Duboff says that while some companies are eliminating DEI mentions altogether, other companies are taking a different approach.
They're just not talking about it at all, or talking about it much less, or the way they kind of recast diversity. Instead of maybe focusing on gender or ethnicity-based diversity, they talk about diversity of experience and diversity of background.
Regardless of approach, the shift is stark from just a few years ago. I'm Bloomberg's Justin Milliner on the Black Business Beat.
David was in big trouble with the IRS.
At first, I didn't owe that much, but after this year, it was out of control.
Then David called Get a Tax Lawyer.
Right away, they were like, oh yeah, looks like you're qualified to save.
Get a Tax Lawyer went to work.
Should have called way sooner.
Get a Tax Lawyer has helped thousands like David fight the IRS and get a fresh start.
Call 800-745-3070. That's 800-745-3070.
Pros, just because something on the job runs out doesn't mean you have to. Order it on the Lowe's app. My Lowe's Pro Rewards members get free same-day delivery on eligible orders over $25. Get the fasteners, hardware, or tools you need to keep the job moving. Order by 2 p.m. and get eligible in-stock items delivered right to your job site by 8 p.m. Members get more at Lowe's. Loyalty program subject to terms and conditions. Subject to availability. Restrictions and terms at lowes.com/shipping terms. Subject to change.
It's Off the Top with Norman Robinson on WBOK 1230 AM.
The excuses have run out. In New Orleans, the failures of the Sewerage and Water Board are no longer occasional. They are, in fact, routine. Another major water line erupts. Streets flood. Property is damaged. And the response is as predictable as the failure itself. Explanations, deflections, and promises. We have heard it all before. Let's be clear. This is not bad luck. This is not unforeseen. This is what happens when a critical public system is allowed to decay in full view of those responsible for maintaining it. Pipes more than a century old are bursting beneath our streets. A power system built on outdated technology continues to falter. And a governance structure split between city and state has created the perfect environment for one thing above all else: a lack of accountability. Because when everyone is in charge, no one is in charge. We saw the warning signs in 2017 when a summer rainstorm overwhelmed a crippled drainage system. We saw it again during Hurricane Ida when failure of the power system nearly led to catastrophe. We've lived through boil water advisories, cyber attacks, and the looming threat of saltwater intrusion. And now we are watching the ground beneath us literally give way. So the question must be asked, not politely, but directly. Just who the hell is responsible? Is it the leadership of the Sewerage and Water Board? Is it the mayor who leads the Utilities Board? Is it the governor and the state of Louisiana, which maintains control over this hybrid agency? Or is it all of the above? Because the people of New Orleans are paying the price in damaged homes, disrupted lives, and rising rates for a system that no longer delivers the most basic of public services: water, drainage, safety. This is not complicated. What is required now is not another study, not another promise, not another press conference with catchy phrases of concern. What is required is action, decisive, coordinated, and immediately. Full transparency, a clear chain of command, and a timeline the public can see and hold accountable. Anything less is simply managing decline. And in a city like New Orleans, where water is both a fact of life and a constant threat, managing decline is just not responsible. It is dangerous. So here is the bottom line. If this system fails again, and it will, no one should be allowed to say they didn't see it coming. The warning signs are no longer beneath our streets. They are erupting through them. And this time, the responsibility will not wash away with the water. So y'all come up with a plan, and damn it, do something with it. This is Norman Robinson, Off the Top.
Real issues, real talk, real solutions. Miss an episode of The Reality Check? You can catch every episode anytime. Search WBOK Media on your favorite podcast app to tap the bold commentary, real-time reactions, and powerful perspectives from the people and leaders shaping our city. Download, share, and rate it 5 stars, because the real ones always stay informed.
Greetings and salutations. I am Edward B. Coulon Smith, chairman of the board of the New Orleans Regional Black Chamber of Commerce. We'd like to invite you to tune in every Wednesday at 12 noon on WBOK to listen in on Black to Business and be a part of the movement that's going on. Thank you.
LifeCare provides valuable whole life insurance to cover final expenses such as medical bills, burial costs, and unpaid debt. A final expense insurance policy is fast, easy, affordable life insurance that's available to anyone between the ages of 50 and 80. No medical exams, no lengthy questionnaires, and no waiting period. The application process is quick and easy. You can even apply without having to undergo a medical examination. Just answer a few questions and we'll do the rest. With the average funeral cost skyrocketing to $11,000 and Social Security only paying $255, you need simple, affordable peace of mind for you and your whole family. Don't leave behind unpaid expenses that, if left unattended, will burden your family tremendously. Benefits include a guaranteed premium that will never increase, a guaranteed cash value, and a guaranteed death benefit that can never decrease. To find out how you can get final expense insurance with a guaranteed lifetime rate lock, call LifeCare at 800-571-9955. That's 800-571-9955. 800-571-9955.
Making a difference in the community. WBOK 1230 AM. Here we go. The reality check on WBOK 1230 AM.
Say, bro.
All right.
You okay in there?
No.
Because while we was sitting here, I swear to God, those rabbit ears morphed them into bull ears.
Yeah. They was doing this.
You trying to give everybody the horn.
You know, I sit on this station.
She
Oh, Lord.
And I tell y'all what's coming.
Mm-hmm.
And a bunch of people tell me, oh, you're blowing it out of proportion. Project 2025 has nothing to do with Trump. He's not going to implement that. That has nothing to do with him. I sit on this station and I tell y'all they're going to indict Titi. And y'all tell me, oh, no, they're not going to indict Titi. Titi's not doing anything wrong. I sit on this station and I tell y'all gonna elect this woman and they're going to gentrify and take New Orleans. Oh, no, that's not going to happen. That's the best person for the job. I'm telling y'all, they're about to take half your judges away. And justice delayed is about to be justice denied.
Excuse me. Is that your voice that she be is she mocking?
Nah, that's the voice.
You. How are you, Gerod?
That's the voice that she probably used to use when she played with her Barbie doll.
That's something. I don't know if she playing with.
I'm
today,
scared.
But I told her no more candy because she keep eating that candy.
I
Next thing you know, she's screaming
I tell
in here.
y'all what's coming, and y'all act like I'm blowing it out of proportion. I'm telling y'all, they're about to use these bills like a political weapon against their political opponents. And some of y'all who have these nice cush jobs, y'all like these cush jobs. Y'all like going to Gallia Hall. Y'all like going to Jazz Fest on the free tickets. Y'all like going to Essence on the free tickets. Y'all about to be regular, degular people if y'all don't start
Degular.
going to Baton Rouge and hustling for your job.
Say, bro, you want to come sit here with me?
I'm about to come sit on your lap. What's up with you?
I'm just telling it like it is. I'm telling it like it is. And they got elections coming up. I don't even know why we're electing more judges because we're taking more away. But we're going to elect more judges. And all of these politicians are backing a white candidate. I don't understand it. I don't know why y'all are asleep at the wheel. I don't know why y'all just giving away the ranch. But we just keep giving away the ranch and then wondering why we don't have no place to go.
Well, we already knew this. As a matter of fact, the only reason why a lot of this stuff comes up is because we'll go through it and start looking at it. But what I've learned, and sometimes I'll get excited and raise my voice at different things, but my whole point to you is... Huh?
No, really?
Yeah. But the whole point is, and she gonna learn this too, gonna be just like Kamala said, I told you so.
Oh, Kamala's saying a lot of I told you so right now.
We're going to end up saying it too.
She told y'all.
So it ain't just you.
Elect this man and you will be in a war. And here we are. We're in a war.
But we can't make nobody do nothing. We tell them. But you can't make them. Just like they say, you can take a horse to water, but you can't make him drink. We've been led the way. This ain't nothing new that we just talking.
We told y'all, If y'all don't fight for Woodfork to be the superintendent, it's going to be open season on black people. And it is. I don't know why we sit on this station and we talk, because I don't understand what's happening. I just don't know what needs to happen
to make people move.
Yep.
All right, let's talk to Aaron. Hey, Aaron.
What's going on with y'all? What's up, G?
You the man, brother.
Trying to be Mr. Attorney Extraordinaire. How you doing today?
Oh, I don't know. I'm just sitting here wasting my breath, Nothing else to do.
In this fight, that comes with the territory, because some of the same ones who we fight for be some of the same ones that stab me in the back, especially after you done laid up there and help them with all your weight. But however, that comes with the territory. You dig? We talking about the city. Look at some of those brothers and sisters that's locked up there in Angola,
right?
Who under this new system, what they done changed over. They not even getting credit for time served, because some of these laws have done changed and they were supposed to get out. Some brothers were supposed to get out this year. Now, because of this new system, so say as they have done switched over and all that there, they done added more time on some of these brothers and sisters' time, and they not even get, because they was already given an outdate, right? So when they switched over to the new system, they say, well, about a new system done did this and did that. Now they got more time on top of the time that they was already originally given. And also all the credit what they got for the when you take those classes to get time cut off and all that there, that's not even being appropriated right now.
Yeah, this happened while we weren't paying attention. A 2024 Louisiana law requires inmates to serve at least 85% of their sentences before qualifying for good time release. And that added time to sentences. That's what Aaron is talking about. Furthermore, recent developments involve the use of Camp 57 for federal immigration detention, where detainees have reported poor conditions and in some cases challenged their indefinite detention.
So just to give the people an idea on why we take and fight the way that we do, because like I was saying a little while ago, some people who even look like us, right, they don't believe in which the things we are telling them. I remember Attorney Extraordinaire, when you came on and said step by step, what was going to happen, and exactly like you said, and he started calling you prophetess.
Right, right. Right. And look,
but just like you said,
it wasn't that I was wishing ill on her. I was hoping she was listening to the station and would pay attention to what I was telling her, so that she would not end up in the situation.
Well, that's the society we live in. Sometimes people think they are bigger than their britches, as people say. And when they get knocked down, then they want the community to come and fight for them. But when you had the power and the ability to fight for the community, you were silent because you sold us out from the door. And that's one of the things that we constantly deal with when it comes to our so-called black leadership. We get it. They come and they ride our wave, come to our churches, go to the second lines, do everything what they need to do to get elected. And then once they get elected, we don't hear from them no more. And then when it's time for re-election, and then they come with all these failures. Well, I couldn't do it this time here. I'm going to do it next time. And then we don't hear from them no more. Then people like us, right, we get blamed from telling the truth about who these people actually are. Because some of our people that's in the community have their heads in the sand and pretend they don't see what's going on, which is why we are having this conversation once again. So, man, y'all keep on doing what y'all doing, man.
All right, Aaron.
Peace.
So, let's go back so that we can kind of put things in order. For those that might be tuning in, asking the question on what are y'all talking about? There have been several bills in the past that have caught our attention, that have been slipped in by the water carriers for the governor, the water carriers, for those that want to see, I think, injustice come to the actual parish of this here state that probably provide more funding to their parish because of the different things that have happened. It became obvious to me that other folks from other parishes, especially up north, really don't like Orleans Parish. They think that we get everything. They think that we get a whole lot more than what we do and probably don't deserve it. But what they don't understand is that the tax dollars, that the number of tax dollars, maybe they do understand it, but the number of tax dollars that come out of this parish that go to the state are unfair. We have never sat back, never, and really had a conversation about the number of things that benefit the state that come through Orleans Parish.
Mm-hmm. But yet they're saying that the judicial system here in Orleans Parish
is unfair to the other
costing
parishes.
them too much money.
Right.
Okay, Monroe, how much tax dollars do you bring in per year as opposed to New Orleans?
Compared to, probably none. I mean, it's a pea in the bucket. You know the rest of it. But I'm thinking to myself, if our judiciary representatives aren't really putting in perspective to those other folks in Baton Rouge, wait a minute, this is unfair. The use of our infrastructure, the use of anything that comes out of New Orleans that benefits this state, can you really put a price on it? Because there's something here every month, every other week that benefits this state in tax revenue.
Right.
From the uses of our hotels, to the use of vehicles, to the use of the roadways, there's always something here that benefits the state.
And now they're mad about how we're spending the money that we are generating.
No, that they are generating. That's what they feel like.
No, that we are generating.
No.
I said it right the first time. We're generating the tax-based money, and they're mad at how we are spending the money we are generating that they are benefiting from.
Now, and what I'm saying is that's not how they feel. They feel like they're the ones that are generating that type of money, but yet we are always asking for more money.
And I don't care how they feel.
That's what I'm telling you.
Not at all.
But as long as they got the majority that are listening to those that are perpetuating that idea, it's always going to be opposite of what we want and what we think.
And if you missed the top of the show, you missed the fact that we have figured out why our mayor is not fighting back. In 2013, she proposed House Bill 607 when she was a state rep, aimed at reducing the number of Orleans Parish juvenile court judges from 6 to 4.
And it was something that was being fought, and I think that Senator Ed Murray was one of those that fought it. So I called Senator Murray and asked him, could he come on and have a conversation about it, but he couldn't at the time because he's in Baton Rouge.
He's fighting a good fight.
Yeah.
Now let's talk about this Senator Jay Morris who introduced this foolishness to try to take away our judges and our clerks and our DA. His own district has infrastructure challenges, crime concerns, elderly service gaps, disaster recovery issues. But instead of proposing any legislation to deal with his own backyard, he is prioritizing legislation that affects Orleans Parish instead of his own district's needs.
And remember something. When you're a senator or a representative, you have a certain number of bills that you can introduce. And that's it. You just not in there willy-nilly introducing bills.
His own constituents ought to be asking what bills he introduced in this legislative session to directly address the issues that impact his own backyard instead of ours? Do his constituents believe their most urgent needs are being met? And so they can just ignore their backyard and worry about ours?
We'll have to take the break. All right, we'll take the break here, y'all. Final break before we get ready to get out of here.
You should want to take a break.
Absolutely. More coming up.
AURN News.
I'm Ebony McMorris. Drivers are watching their wallets get lighter as the nation's average gas price has surged past the $4 mark for the first time in nearly 4 years. It comes as the Middle East military tensions continue to disrupt global oil supplies and keep prices elevated. Since late February, when the conflict in the Persian Gulf intensified, fuel costs have climbed roughly 35%. Diesel hit even harder, going from $3.80 to over $5.40 per gallon, and it's rippling through transportation and consumer goods nationwide. At least half of American households say their higher prices have strained their finances, according to polling data. For 1 in 5 of those impacted, the damage has been substantial. The president has tried to frame the cost as temporary and justified, while also growing frustrated with allied nations. This week, Trump pressured European partners to either increase military support in Iran or secure their own energy sources independently. For AURN News, I'm Ebony McMorris.
Trying to grow your business or increase traffic to your location? We can help. WBOK 1230 AM has a number of solutions that will meet your individual needs. Give one of our consultants a call today at 504-582-9420 or email us at info@wbok1230.com. And remember, an investment with WBOK is an investment in our community. Call today.
New Orleans, the city of festivals and second chances. This is Mr. Rocky of Faithers in Jesus the Christ, inviting everyone to come to the table of grace. No matter where you are or what you're dealing with, guilt, bad habits, mistakes, or heavy hearts, Jesus still calls us his friend, and his grace is waiting for us. Tune in to WBOK 1230 AM or watch live on Facebook or Instagram. We'll reflect on his work on the cross, his resurrection, his ascension, and the hope of his return for we who that believe and have received him by faith. So join us at the table of grace, where mercy is fresh, forgiveness is real, and grace is served for people like you and me.
From Gentilly to New Orleans East, WBOK is what New Orleans is talking about. WBOK.
Here we go. The reality check on WBOK 1230 AM.
All right, folks, welcome back. Welcome back. Before we get back into the conversation, let me make sure I give this information out. Again, we gave it out earlier during the show, but I want to make sure that everybody knows that the place for our jazz, Kendall, his funeral, will be at St. Leo the Great on April the 11th. The viewing is going to be from 9 to 11. Service will start at 11 a.m. That is April the 11th at St. Leo the Great. That is our jazz's funeral. Everybody come share with us.
I also want to say Deandra Lewis is trying to do something special for some of the girls who attend Kennedy High School. She's trying to hold a culminating brunch for her GEMS program at the McKenna Museum. She's asking people to please donate, and she can be reached at 504-319-0519. The brunch is on April 25th. So anything you can give before then would be greatly appreciated.
Give that number again.
504-319-0519. Deandra Lewis.
Okay. All right. Dee! Keep it up. Keep it up. She's been doing this for a minute and making sure that she put some type of, there we go. Trying to put some type of, program together for young ladies that need it the most. And they do need it. They do need it. We got to make sure, too, that everybody's paying attention with these bills. If you all can see, I am writing different emails and sending it to the people that I want to come and be a part of this show. Some of them are not willing to do so. That's all good and fine because they're going to have to answer to somebody at some point in time. But we are asking them to come to the show and have these conversations. I invited the senator, Jay Morris. This is my second time. You all heard me the first time. We left him a voicemail. Today, we sent him an email asking him to come to the show to have some conversation. Will he answer it? We hope so. Or if not, I'm going to just keep on giving out his telephone number, and y'all keep calling it. I would never tell you that man's cell phone number is 318-362-4270.
What is it? I'm sorry, I missed it. What would you not tell us?
I would not tell you that it's 318-362-4270.
Yeah, because we wouldn't want everybody to call it.
Huh?
Say it again. I didn't hear you.
No, I said I would never tell that man's cell phone number is 318-362-4270.
Because we wouldn't want everybody to call it.
362
4270.
4270.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I would never tell you that.
Yeah, because we wouldn't want everybody to call his cell phone.
Let's keep that all between us.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, that's just not professional to give out that man's cell phone number like that. What? Why is he like, he's giving me the help side. But this is important that we stand up for our rights. Don't come in here trying to mess up our system. It's been working. Can't say that we have a reduction in crime and this, da-da-da, and you think that you're the one that's doing it because you're not. There's plenty of folks that are involved into this movement of reduction in crime, and it's not just arrest everybody and throw away the key. We got recovery programs. We've got all of these different programs to get you off of drugs. We got your programs to get you back working in society. All these different programs. And let's make sure we say this. There are plenty of judges that are the ones that are putting them together. I'll say it again. There are plenty of judges, Orleans Parish judges, that are the ones that are putting them together. And if you don't think that's true, just ask them. Call some of them, ask them. And then, our other clerk, Calvin Duncan, is this retaliatory? Are they trying to get rid of him? I would say yes, they are, before he even gets started. Because they don't feel that he should be in this position. But it's not about what you feel. It's not about what you think. The voters have spoken, and that's all that matters. All right. So now, I don't want to leave this subject just half-baked. Us getting on the radio, talking about it, getting mad, telling everybody what they need to do. I would call this subject a movement. Because if we don't do something about it, it's going to get lost in the shuffle. And I say that for a reason. I don't think that nobody else is doing anything. They might have just started talking about it, but I don't think that anybody else is really doing anything about this.
We started talking about this, and then we started seeing news stories, which seems to be becoming a trend.
Yep. That's what it is. That is what it is. So, for all of you again, because I don't want to give out this man's cell phone number.
No, that would be a bad thing to give out the cell phone number.
318-362-4270. Don't want to give out that telephone number to that man, Jay Morris.
Because we'd hate for everybody to call him and tell him to mind his own business.
318-362-4270.
Because it would be a shame if people called him to tell him he has enough problems in his own backyard and that he doesn't need to meddle in the affairs of Orleans Parish.
Yep. We would hate for you to call that 318 number, 362-4270.
And tell him deal with crime concerns in his own backyard, infrastructure challenges, elderly service gaps, and disaster recovery issues there.
Then you can talk to us.
Then you can talk to us.
Other than that,
mind your business.
No.
Mind your beeswax.
Oh, have mercy. We got to go. All right, y'all. That's going to wrap it up for us. Appreciate everybody for being a part of the show.
Signing off is the bunny.
The bunny was a bad bunny today.
That's bull right there.
That's a bad bunny for real. That's bad bunny for real. All right, y'all. Y'all have a great rest of the day. We'll see you tomorrow.